What's going on, everybody? It's Rob with Fisherman Source. Today I'm going to be showing you some Yo-Zuri lures that you can use when you go freshwater fishing this year. You go into your lakes, your ponds, your rivers. All these are going to be good options. First thing I'm going to be talking about, these two guys right here. We got a floating squarebill crankbait, and we got a lipless crankbait that is sinking. So they have two different applications. The squarebill is going to act kind of as a weed guard, so this is going to be good. As it gets warmer, the weeds start growing. You're going to be able to rip that thing through the weeds, pause it. Most fish are going to be striking then. Experiment with it, go fast, speed it up, slow it down, figure out what's going to generate strikes that day when you're on the water. As for the sinking one, you're fishing some deeper water. You might want to tie this one on and give the floating one a rest, especially when the water's colder and the fish are hanging down. They're not going to want to rise up and hit a lure as opposed to when the water is much warmer. So if it's cold out, spring's coming in, the water's still cold, throw this, get it down deep, put it where those fish are hanging out. You're going to get more bites that way. Next up, we got a suspending jerkbait. I really like this one. I like the profile, the small profile. I find that when the water's colder, not as much food is around, they're not as active, they'll move better to hit a bait that's a little smaller, a little thinner. It's also suspending, so that means as you're working it and you pause it, it's going to kind of stay right where you pause it, which is great, again, for those sluggish fish early in the season. Next up, one of my favorites, the snap bean. It's a really small, little almost like a crankbait, just really small, and when you're just not getting bites that day, throw this thing on. It might be something they take. Super small. Not a lot of people are throwing it, but personally, one of my favorite things to throw, even if you're targeting trout. Going to be a great option for them. Lastly, I want to talk about a popper. Once the water really starts getting warm, and depending where you are, it might be warm already. Those fish are moving shallow and they're hungry. Throw a popper on the top, work it fast, work it erratic, see if that works. If not, slow it down. Couple pops, pause it for several seconds at times. That might be what it takes to get that big largemouth in that lake to rise up and smash that thing. Alright guys, that was just a few of our lures. We have a much bigger selection than that. Check out the website, come in the shop, stop by, pick some up before you go to your lake, your pond, your favorite river. These are sure to catch fish. Thank you guys, have a good one.